Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to another episode of the Geek, Gauntlet podcast. I'm your host, Mr. William D. Morgan. We also have a very special guest with us tonight. I'll let my co-host introduce her, but let me get that co-host introduced. Guy I've been with for a long, long time. Shaw, how you doing, man?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I can't complain. You want to go ahead and introduce our special guest for us?
Yes, sir. Let me introduce a friend of mine. She streams on the daily, doing a lot of good video games and all that. My friend and yours, Marin.
Hi, this is Magi Mari. I go by Mari or whatever. So yeah, hello. My name is Magi Mari. I like playing video games. I stream on Facebook. Follow my stream and follow these guys. And yeah. So, how are you guys?
Doing great. Happy to have you with us. Before we get started, what do you primarily play on your stream?
Okay, so I primarily play PS4 and PS5 games, more so like third-person streaming, such as games like Horizon Zero Dawn. I stream also right now. Currently, I'm streaming Uncharted 4 at Thieves End. So next, I'll be streaming The Last of Us Part 1 and 2. So stay tuned for that. Yeah.
Okay, and what's your streaming schedule? When do you stream?
My streaming schedule today was a little off because I was supposed to stream today, but I received a COVID vaccine yesterday and I was feeling a little achy and I just fell asleep, and then I was like, I apologize to my streamers. Right. My streaming schedule is Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sunday 4-8.
And you Eastern stream time. And you stream on Facebook, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
That's cool.
That's real cool. All right.
How do I send followers to watch our stream? Because I have people who want to watch as well.
Oh, just have them go to Pinfall Streams, the Facebook group Pinfall Streams, and we should be streaming there. As a matter of fact,
Shaw, can you text me the information?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, so I could just send a link that way. It'll be easier.
Okay.
And they can watch us from there. We appreciate that. All right.
Yeah, the more people watch, the better, right?
Oh yeah, most definitely. All right. Let's go ahead and while Shaw's doing that, okay, so you just did it, Shaw?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
All right, let's go ahead and get the show started while she gets her folks on over with us, and we appreciate you doing that for us. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I'm gonna send as many as I can to all my friends. Okay. But I'm not going to mass send because last time I mass sent, Facebook thought I got hacked.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and get started. Shaw, you are the captain of the news and topics train. What we got first up?
Yes. Let's first start with some of the shows we got to talk about. And we have got quite a few to talk about. First up, Legends of Tomorrow. They basically had to face a new alien that was basically through some circumstances wound up trying to win a singing competition against that marshmallow dude. Yeah, weird. All right. So Zari had to kind of join it, whatever, to kind of win it. Her and John had some issues. Now they're really a thing. Meanwhile, back on the alien planet.
You're cutting out.
Okay, sorry. Meanwhile, maybe it's just my voice. Meanwhile, back on the alien planet, Sarah and Gary see some soldier type people. Turns out they're Eva clones, and then we meet somebody. We'll see who he is and what his deal is. In the end, everything's cool. The alien dude leaves, and yeah, funny episode. What do you guys think?
I did not watch it. I have not been watching Legends. I'm kind of like on a Legend strike. I knew I shouldn't be, but I'm really on a Legend strike.
I get that.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't really watch TV shows like that because it's like I have commitment issues. Says the girl who's married. Um, but like, see, being married is different than these TV shows. Like, so I have commitment issues. Hence why I don't have any tattoos whatsoever because it takes me forever to follow a story. I barely watched Final Space, which is hilarious. I stopped watching another TV show, Miracle Workers, and that has my favorite actor in it. So it's not that I don't like watching TV. It's just that I don't like commitment of watching. I have to watch it. I have to watch it, and then then get behind. Then I feel bad. Then yeah.
Understood.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was married once myself. I understand. Oh yeah, most definitely. We understand. What's next up, Shaw?
All right, next up we got Batwoman. Yeah, Batwoman.
I hear she's getting a new outfit.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, she's wearing a new outfit. It's a completely different actress from Ruby Rose. Ruby Rose is now gone.
Yeah, I think she wanted too much money, and they're like, nah.
There were some issues there. But now we have a new actress, and she's doing pretty good. The show is just written so poorly. It really makes it hard to watch. But basically, what ended up happening on this episode was the fact that now everything's on the table. Sophie, Ryan, everything is on the table. Batwoman's identity is known. To Sophie now, and she's even trying to help them out. But in this particular instance, there's really not a whole lot she can do because Lucius, Ryan, and Sophie all got thrown in jail by a racist cop. And they got thrown in jail. And even though Sophie is a member of the Crows, it didn't matter. She still got thrown in jail. She still got thrown in jail. But basically, you saw a lot of stuff with Ryan as her, not as Batwoman, which was sort of kind of cool. You also saw Alice realize who Black Man's daughter is. It's really Kate. And again, the eyes just gave her away. They put a new face on her. She still looks kind of like Kate. Black Mask told her she could go. Her job was finished. She tried to stay, but eventually she left. She hooked back up with Ocean. And Ocean told her, look, you still have issues. He also told her that I'm glad Kate's dead because you had the thing that was holding you back from us was Kate. So that was a whole scenario that you saw. That I'm sort of kind of liking just a little bit because it shows another side. It shows another side of her. It shows this side of Alice. That sort of kind of like makes her be a little bit more human. So I sort of kind of like that. But in the end, they get out of jail, and Sophie comes to the realization that she needs to leave the Crows. And when she decided that, I instantly said, why would you leave the Crows? That makes no sense.
Exactly.
How can you be of assistance and not be a Crow?
Exactly. Plus, she's like, oh, what they're doing, shit, that's what you do too.
Right.
The whole issue with Ryan was that she racially profiled Ryan.
Right. Exactly. And I didn't understand that to save my life. But next episode should be interesting. And we'll take it from there. Overall, still bad writing. you got some bits and pieces of a decent show there. Sophie finally knowing that Ryan is Batwoman. Toward the very, very end of the show, the tail end, if you hung around long enough, you saw Lucius get shot by one of the dudes he was in jail with, as he was trying to jack a car. He was trying to jack the car, but he said Lucius was trying to jack the car, not him. And Lucius put down his phone, and Lucius ends up getting shot.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that works out on the next episode.
Well, see, next episode looks like he's dead, but we got a couple of pictures to show. Set photos of Luke. Can we show that, please?
Oh, 1 second.
Not only is he alive, because this is shown from the finale, but apparently he's going to be Batwing finally. For the this one is
that's pretty.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool, and yeah.
Hopefully they do that suit justice. That's a complicated suit. That's not going to be easy to put together.
Yeah, that is true. That's very true.
You know, the head visor is going to be kind of difficult. The wings on his back might be a little bit difficult too. So we'll see what they do with it.
The thing is, when it comes to cosplay, well, what I've learned through cosplay and through what they've done, I think they should start using a little more flexible material than like actual plastic or metals. So like you can literally make foam look like metal if you have the right paints. It's not that hard.
Right.
So like, why is it that you can make a suit that's perfectly workable, but you cannot make it like practical for like the actor? Because like one of my favorite movies was Batman from like early 1992 or whatever, you know, the Tim Burton one.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he couldn't move his neck.
He couldn't. That's a good point, because he always had to,
like he moved his like, hey, I'm Batman.
Yeah, he had to move his shoulders. He couldn't move his head.
It's like you gotta move your body. It's like, why are you going to move that? It's like,
that's
no,
true. That's
not
true.
how it works.
Yep.
That was cool.
It's like you gotta make sure everything goes right. You know, like
exactly.
You gotta like make it flexible. It's like.
Yeah, that was good. You picked up on that. Like that is so true. That is so true.
It's like that's what I hope they not do the same thing, because like if you like, it's hard moving around like normally freely, like lucid and everything. At the same time wearing undergarments. Like I'm wearing like the statue I showed you guys, Aloy. I'm making her outfit, and I'm using proper material for it, because if you don't use proper material for the costume, it's not going to be fluid, and the movements aren't going to be natural.
Yep, you're right about
that. They need to make sure that they do. Worst case scenario, CGI that shit.
All right, guys, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. We're a little bit over, so continue to hang out with us. We'll be right back.
I'm the same dude y'all read about, the same tool y'all need it now. We came through, not leaving now. When these lame dudes, we beat them out. No stopping this. In my way, might pop your lip. Ain't saying this awesomeness, but y'all looking like the opposite. We setting the bar. Y'all know who we are.
We're making history. Leaving a legacy. Nothing is stopping me. Better believe what we say. We're making history.
All right, guys. That was our Wednesday night lineup right here on Pinfall Streams. First, the Double XP podcast with K and Punisher. Go over everything that goes down in the world of video games. And then is our flagship show, the Paradigm Shift Wrestling Podcast. We'll break down the paradigm of professional wrestling. Catch Double HP every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, followed by the Paradigm Shift Wrestling Podcast at 10:05 Eastern Time. Paying a little bit of respect to that old TBS time back in the day. All right, let me bring my host and my guest back on the line, and let's go ahead and continue with the show.
So, yes, sir. Next up is the Black Lightning of the Black. Doesn't sound right? Okay.
All right, let's go ahead and get started. Little catch up on Black Lightning. Things are still turning around for Jefferson and his family. However, toward the end, we got some scary stuff. It looks like they're that much closer to getting Jefferson cleared of the charges. They caught Looker, and when they caught Looker, Tobias and his henchmen to kill Khalil. However, Khalil got the jump on him and killed him. And then the cops from Freely came to meet up with them. He turned Looker over, and it looks like everything's going to start working out for Jefferson Pierce in terms of him being exonerated from the extortion charge, stealing our money from Freeland as he was accused of. Now, a couple of things we need to get into. Lightning, she still has her powers. She tries to get revenge for the death of her quote unquote boyfriend. You thought she was going to kill his killer, but instead she ends up turning him over to the police. Now she meets the police chief on the outside of the building, and you saw it last episode. She is in cahoots with Tobias, so she has the meta boosting powers, and she can just take a shot and get meta powers for 72 hours. So, and she is this crazy about killing metas because what happened to her brother. She blamed a meta human for killing her brother. So that's why she is so upset and angry at Thunder. So at Lightning. So and all metas. So we'll see where that goes. Jefferson, meanwhile, has to sell his house, and Tobias looks to be in control of that house. All he has to do is to sign the paperwork to turn it over. But Jefferson tries to make it to where if he takes a certain object that Gamby came up, hit him right here behind the temple, he would forget that the Pierce family and their secret identities. Well, that didn't turn out too good. Tobias sort of kind of sniffed that out, and Jefferson, without his powers, is sort of kind of helpless against Tobias. And it looks as though as Tobias might end up killing him. And Jennifer gets worried because she tries to call her dad, and Tobias picks up. So we'll see how that turns out in the end. Lynn is still out on bail, so she's okay. She's still trying to help out in a way that she can. Thunder is okay. She is also trying to help out the best she can by trying to find the machine that's causing the cancellation of the meta gene. They're trying to find it. Gamby's girlfriend also knows now that the Jefferson family are metas, and she also knows that he's Black Lightning. So that's another person who knows the secret. All in all, it was a good episode. I believe that final episode will be this week. This Monday, so definitely check out Black Lightning on the CW. It's going to be the last episode.
Yes, sir. The finale, the end.
Yep. The end. That is it.
Yes,
all right.
Sir.
What we got next up?
Next up, we got The Flash. All right. So a lot of stuff happened on The Flash. Let's see. They start training Alexa, I mean, they give her they start training her. There's the whole Ellie Mae daughter stuff happening and all that. She Barry starts pushing too much like he normally does, and the person that does the motherly
Sorry about
stuff.
that. I had to do something.
You're good.
No problem. person that does the motherly stuff ends up being Caitlyn instead of Iris. Are they hinting at something? Maybe. I hope so. Whatever. Okay. Meanwhile, Iris is. What the hell does Iris do this episode? I'm trying to remember.
But she always does absolutely nothing. Let me stop.
Exactly. Also, Cisco is contemplating leaving Central City. He will be
Yeah,
leaving.
I actually saw that episode. I'm sorry to cut you off. I actually saw that episode when with Andre. I was like half paid attention because I was doing something else, you know.
Yeah.
So I saw that he was contemplating leaving. What was the thingy? Star Labs.
Central.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think he should do what he needs to do, but I really think he should stay because he's one of my favorite characters, and he pulls everything together in a certain way. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like you have like the superhero, and then you have like people behind him and helping him, making sure, and he's like a really good person. So I think that's just a cheap way of cutting him off, and DC needs to stop doing that.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I agree.
It's true.
They did that they do that way too much. It's like, okay, if you really going to seriously do this, and you're just going to change bad writing just because you need to cut, you don't have funds. Why did you start the TV show with the like this in the first place?
Yeah, true.
That's
True that.
That's why I think that they're cutting him off.
Yeah.
Or planning to.
Well, we'll see what happens. We know it's going to be by the end of the season. Anyway, also in the episode, they go to find Psych to try to bring him in the fold. They end up doing that, having Alexa finally take control of her strength force thingy. But then Nora, along with Still Force dude, shows up, and they end up killing Iris, Psych, and Alexa. So they're dead at the moment. We'll see what happens in the next episode. Next episode will be the end of this arc, and the new arc will be happening later. Now, we have a little news about the remaining of the season. First up, we have a promo picture of Impulse. Can you put that up?
Give me a sec.
Yeah, this is the promo, which honestly doesn't look that good. We do
His
have
head looks funny.
Yeah, we do have a set
Just
for
like, I thought it was like badly photoshopped, but no, it's not. Well, it is, but it's not. I thought like a kid photoshopped this, but the professional that photoshopped this, and it just looks weird.
Yeah, we also got a set photo that actually looks a lot better. We got that. Yep.
That looks a lot better. Yeah.
Yeah. It's shinier. It looks so that actually looks much better. Let's see what else we got. Okay.
I like the fabric that they used on his.
Yeah, that's nice. That is nice. That is real
It's
nice. Yep.
If you guys ever want to make costumes, I could tell you the name of that fabric. It's like a lycra material, and it's like painted like sheer lycra. So
That's
it's
cool.
really pretty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Next piece of news about the Flash. Actor by the name of Karen Barrett appears in from set photos to be playing August Hart, aka Godspeed. Do we have a picture of that to show? Yeah, so that's who it appears to be. Also, from set photos, it appears that the Reverse Flash will also be there, fighting alongside Barry. So that's going to happen too.
Okay.
Do we have a photo of that? I don't think I have one. Do we?
No, we don't.
I think that would be pretty cool. I like it when the bad guy or semi-bad guy or villain, or unsub, whatever you want to go by, like teams up with the hero of the story, and they become like an anti-hero. I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
Yeah.
Lastly, as far as information for the Flash is concerned, apparently episode 15 will be a Allegra centered season. That's the an episode. That's the chick with the light powers. So that's what's going to happen there.
Okay.
All right, now, so that's all of that. Let's move on to Superman and Lois, aka about 5 minutes of good show.
About 5 minutes.
Okay, maybe 10 minutes, maybe 10. All right, so there's a football game, but Jonathan is having like sort of issues where his hearing is getting too much, and he's letting off heat visions, and getting the super strength or whatever. And they lie so that they can actually go. He eventually, gets into a fight, and he actually ends up breaking Jordan's arm, which is bad, of course. Meanwhile, there's this one kid who's like doing a lot of speed because of the stuff from the Kryptonite X or whatever that is.
Mm-hmm.
And the army catches him with with a hostage, and even though Superman tells them to stand down, they release all their weapons, including some kryptonite bullets. And Superman gets pissed. I mean, that was a moment where you could see him going and just
Oh yeah. Looked like he was gonna go Injustice Superman for a minute there.
exactly. But of course he doesn't. He controls himself. He yells at Sam Lane a little bit later on, and stuff is happening there. Meanwhile, Lois, along with Captain Luthor, they go into the mines, whatever. She realizes, because of all the stuff he has, that he's definitely shady, so she's not going to be looking into him, which may or may not be a part of his plan. I mean, we'll see.
I
So,
just
yeah.
hope they don't make her a bitch like they mostly do in like most TV shows. And I mean like a bitch, but as in like a wimp. Like
Yeah,
Lois is supposed to be a strong character, a strong reporter. She will go into the and try like and report what needs to be reported instead of like everyone's like, oh my god. She was like, this is just what's happening. Look. And then that's probably why she's always ended up having to be saved by Superman. So it's a funny conundrum, but it works, and it's like their thing. But
Yeah.
I hope they keep that instead of making this like, oh my god, I can't believe this is happening. Oh my god, I was like, I don't like it when they turn a lot of DC comics into like soap operas. We have enough soap operas.
True.
Right.
Sorry, my husband came in with food, and he knows more about the stuff than I do. He brought me McDonald's.
It's all good.
All good. Well, no, she her character's actually pretty decent. I mean, it's not Felicity, not Iris. It's pretty good. And yeah, that's what happened in the episode. What do you guys think?
With the Iris episode and Sis leaving, that kind of made me sad.
Okay.
I thought Superman and Lois, it was all right.
Oh, sorry, Superman Lois. I have not watched that episode.
I thought it was all right. I wasn't crazy about it. It's kind of cool to see Jonathan struggle though. He's struggling to find his identity. He's struggling to know what to do with his powers, and it's sort of kind of cool to see it. It makes him, look a little bit more realistic than anything. So yeah, it was an okay episode. I also thought that them shooting Superman with kryptonite and he freaked out the way that he did. Yeah, that's the Superman we need. That's the Superman we need right there. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah. One little piece of information though. Apparently the finale of the season will be directed by Tom Cavanaugh, so that's interesting. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yes.
All right. Is that all the show rundowns?
We got two more. The Bad Batch, which just to go over real quick, they have to refuel and everything on a planet where they run into that bounty hunter chick from Mandalorian. Played by Ming-Na Wen. I'm pretty sure she voices the character too. Not 100% sure. Yeah, that's pretty much what happens. They finally get away, but they're going to have to look into her.
Okay.
Lastly, we got Jupiter's Legacy. Have you guys seen that, the series?
I have not seen it.
Oh.
No.
Oh, okay, well, I will say pretty good. No problem. I will say it's pretty good. I'm not going to go into it so that I don't ruin anything because there's some pretty interesting twists that are pretty You gotta really see. So yeah, Jupiter Legacy, really good.
All right. Now that we got our show reviews out of the way, let's go ahead and hit everyone up with our news. All right, let's go with the news show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. First up, there's a trailer for a new Wonder Years series where the narrator will be Don Chino. I thought that was interesting. First up,
Yeah.
I believe all remember the Wonder Years. Fred Savage.
Yep.
This is like from the 90s, probably not, because I come from like a third world country, and I come from
the land down under.
yeah, I come from the land down under, I guess, if you want to call it that. I come from Uzbekistan, so we didn't really have much of TV. So,
Yeah.
and when I came to America, I didn't know any English, even though it sounds like
Right.
I could speak English perfectly. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry
Understood.
about that.
Understood. You good?
Yeah. All right. Next up, apparently, AT&T is going to be combining Warner Brothers with Discovery. We have a picture of all the things that's going to be ensuing. We see this. This is play. Yeah.
Shaw, I'm sorry to cut you off. I want to ask you a question. My friend said he wants to join the comments. How does he do that?
I'm not sure. I think
He could just comment. He could just comment on whatever platform he's on. So if he's on
Yeah.
Facebook, he can just leave a comment on the video. You'll see the video, then you'll see the comments at the bottom of the video. He can just comment
It
there.
says he sent a request, but I don't know what that's about. It says, I'm there, but I had to join to comment. I sent a request.
The request is so we can see his name.
Yeah.
That's what so we can see his name. But once he goes through that request, he can just go ahead and leave a comment, and then it'll pop up for us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So we got all that.
Sorry about that.
You're good. You're good. No problem. No problem.
All good. All good.
No
We'll
problem.
see. Yeah, we'll see how that works out. Apparently, it won't be settled until like next July or something like that. But we'll see what's up.
Right.
Now,
Real
go
quick
ahead.
shout out to KW, my man. Just hit us up in the chat. What's up, KW? Good to have you with us tonight, bro.
Yes, sir. We got some pretty good news about some new cartoons coming onto HBO Max. We got a new Batman animated series coming to HBO Max and Cartoon Network. It will be called.
Yeah, I'm excited for that, actually.
Yeah,
I like
me
the
too.
animated series better than the live action series sometimes.
Yeah, very true, very true. It's going to be called Batman Cape Crusaders. It will be directed by J.J. Abrams, Matt Reeves, and produced by Bruce Timm.
From Justice League fame. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. In addition, there's also
Yeah,
going to be.
My husband says it's pretty good. He's like,
Yeah.
It's going to be catchy.
Yeah, sir. Yes, sir. Also, we have an animated Superman series that will be called My Adventures with Superman, also coming to HBO Max and Cartoon Network. It'll be coming from the same star, Jack Quilled, whatever, from The Boys. He'll be voicing Superman, so that's going to be interesting. We also got some pretty big news from The Rock. Can we show that picture?
Yep.
Oh yeah, he's going to play crypto. Oops.
Yep. He will be voicing Crypto in a new Super Pet series. Personally, I like Crypto. I've always liked Crypto. I remember that cartoon from back in the day. It was awesome. So
I
yeah.
don't remember who played Bat Dog. Like
Bat
Ace.
Hound. Ace the Bat Hound. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ace the Bat
Yeah,
Hound.
that was
Mhm.
I used to watch that with my little sister like every day, like in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
We used to like watch it. Like it was a cute show. I'm glad they're bringing it back.
Oh, Crypto Superdome.
Yeah, Dwayne Johnson is gonna be playing it.
Yeah. Now in the
It's gonna be hilarious.
yes, yeah. Okay. Speaking of Superman, apparently Henry Cavill will apparently be starring in Lionsgate's reboot for Highlander.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to that myself. I know Punisher was talking about it. The she was looking forward to it also. So yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got some more animated movies in development. We got apparently an Injustice animated movie that's going to happen. So the story from the video games.
I want to see that.
We also got a trailer along with a release date for Batman: The Long Halloween Part 2. It'll be released on digital on July 27th and on Blu-ray on August 10th. So can't wait to see that. Is the first part out already, or is that going to be out later?
I thought later.
Oh, I don't know. I'll check it out. All right. Next, we got the results from the most recent death battle. Poe versus Iron Fist. And the winner is Poe. What do you guys think of that? Of the fight? I know that.
I thought the whole fight leaned Poe's way. He was able to withstand all of Iron Fist's quick strikes, and he was able to extend the fight. And when the longer you extend the fight, the better chance you have of winning. And Poe was able to take his punishment long enough and then come up with his own way to win. So I like that. I like that fight a lot. I was rooting for Poe, or I wasn't rooting for Iron Fist. And I just thought it was funny as hell.
Yes, sir.
There was Iron Fist from the comics.
Yeah. Now next time will be Steven Universe versus what's this chick's name? Star Butterfly.
It don't matter because I don't like Steven Universe, so I might not watch that one because I can't stand Steven Universe.
Understandable, but Steven's going to win this. Even if it's just the end of the series version of him, he's going to win this.
I can't stand Steven Universe. I hate him.
Steven Universe, guys. Steven Universe should fight Green Lantern.
Might be interesting.
Yeah, sure.
Might be interesting. Might be. But I can't stand. I don't like Star Butterfly. I don't like Steven Universe. So this is going to be one of those death battles that I won't have a horse in the race for that one.
Yeah, I get that.
What? It's okay. I know this is not on the topics or what we're going to be talking about, but did any of you guys ever watch Final Space?
Vaguely familiar. Vaguely.
I know of it, but I didn't really watch it.
You guys have to watch it. It's very heartwarming. It's with a voice actress of Tiny Tina and Aloy and a few other characters. Her name is Ashley Birch, and she's in it. Okay. It's directed by, what was his name? Olin something.
Yep.
He did Adventure Time.
Right.
Okay, definitely check it out.
So it has like the same feel of Adventure Time, but more dark and gritty and more adult content. It's really pretty good.
Right. All right. Now, last piece of news. We got news from Epic Rap Battles of History. There will be a new one coming in June.
Okay.
And that's all the news we got.
All right, let's go ahead. Let's stop here. Take a quick break. Then after the break, we'll go ahead and go into our topics of the night, and then we'll get on out of here. So continue to hang with us, guys. We'll be right back.
Up like we do. No owned us like we do. Always go hard with this crew. Welcome to the show, let's make moves. Nothing's gonna stop us, it's not to get rough. Turn the whole room up, it's never enough. Let's go, 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 let's go. Gonna go and take it over. You call us King Kong. Here we come, running through the door. Don't wait long. Don't blink.
All right, guys, those two that you saw first was a really good podcast, which is our bi-weekly show. They talk about things from movies, anything of that particular decade they're talking about. It could be the 80s, the 90s. They can talk about movies, games, whatever comes up, they'll go over it. Best of that particular decade. It's a bi-weekly show every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. It's bi-weekly, so keep that in mind. So no show next week, but that following week, you'll get it. And that's hosted by Josh and by Kay. And the second commercial was the Sports Report podcast with yours truly, Tony C. Normally, Gene is still out on assignment. He's deep undercover. He's trying to get all the information for us. Hopefully, we'll have him back soon. But we also have Seven with us as well, and Hickey may turn up. So definitely join us for the Sports Report podcast every Monday, 10 p.m. Eastern time, right here on Pinfall Streams. Now, let's go ahead and get started with our topics of the night. All right, give me a second. Let me go ahead and bring back our co-host and our guest.
Hello.
All right, we got Shaw back. We got Marina back, so we are good to go. All right, Shaw, go ahead and break down our first topic.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So first up, I was watching something talking about Man of Steel, and we all remember that first 10, 15 minutes where they're on Krypton or whatever.
Yep.
My thought is, what if that was a movie first? What if they did a movie based on Krypton before doing Man of Steel? What do you think of that? Like focusing on Jor-El and his relationship with Zod.
I don't know. I don't know how much weight it would carry. I would think it would be decent, but I just don't know how much weight it would carry because the story really is about Clark. I mean, we all know that Krypton explodes, so I don't know how much weight that will really hold in terms of a show. Because you have to extend a lot out in order for it to be a season of some sort. So that would be I think that would be the challenge there.
I mean, what they can do is they can make it look like like a Day's End kind of scenario, like where they like the whole TV show is what everyone's going through, and then but based around like Superman's family more so, and then they try to like drag on if they can like a month or maybe 2 months, and then like each day. There should be enough episodes. I think it might be a short series though, but
yeah, it'd be short. It'd be short.
If they keep it short, that would be great because you don't want to like drag on. What?
Right. Next,
maybe it's just me. I think they should have a Man of Steel too. All right, you're kind of.
My husband just bored me with something. He says it's supposed to be like 100 years before Krypton explodes.
The series.
Yeah.
Now, so what I'm talking about is that instead of when they did Man of Steel, they beforehand doing a movie based on Krypton first,
right?
Like the events leading up to the destruction.
So basically, you're taking his dad, his mom, his grandfather, and putting development and story behind that.
exactly, like just setting it up because like, there's a lot of people who say that beginning of that movie, that was the best part of the movie. That first 10, 15 minutes or whatever it was.
Well, I thought Art brought up a good point that they should have yeah.
Sort of a prequel first, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the prequel, then the movie, then the second. I got you. Yeah. Well, but I agree with you, Art. I agree with you because there's a lot more to that storyline than what's been told, and it really needs to be put out and explained. Because Man of Steel 1 didn't really do super. It did its beginning justice, but its overall story, it didn't do its overall story justice to me.
Yeah. Speaking of justice, here's a question. Now, we've been living in sort of a golden age of superhero media. Mm-hmm. Has the golden age ended? With the Arrowverse being such weak, with the DCEU not really doing anything anymore, with the MCU kind of having a lot of random movies, and we lost Cap, we lost Iron Man. Has the golden age ended? What do you guys think?
I think it's done.
Let me think about that.
I think it's done. I think it's done. I really think it's done. Because right now you're talking about bringing back Young Justice is on his way back. You see the Eternals is going to be out at some point. I just think the golden age, as the way it's presently constructive, is done.
I think that, like, with the Young Justice and everything, like, in my opinion, they need to explore more superheroes. It's not only like there's only 7 superheroes, and they need to explore those because how many superheroes are there? How many quote unquote metahumans are there? So they could literally find other superheroes and explore with them, not just one person, like not just Robin, Batman, which is Starfire and whatnot.
Which is why I think you're going to see the Legion that coming into play with the 3rd season, because right now Earth's heroes are already out there. Their storylines are already there. So now, instead of dealing with those guys, you want to see them interact with a similar group, and the Legion of Superheroes would be that similar group. So I think that's going to be a real interesting dynamic to see how the two teams get along.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Next, go ahead.
No, I agree with him. I was going to say, Sorry.
All right. No problem.
You're good.
Yeah. Right. Next topic for discussion, a Star Wars question. What could they have done to have made Rey a good character? Now, that's a two-pronged question. A good character and a good main character. What do you guys think? What could they have done?
I don't really know, to be honest with you. Like, I watched Star Wars, but like, Rey is that girl, right? I think that they need to understand that now. Like, she needs to bring out her energy a little more, like, and not like be like, do we have to do it? It's like, oh, I'm gonna go do that shit. You're supposed to be a badass, so yeah.
I agree.
I think they should make her more of a stronger character. You guys know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you want to see her more developed.
Yeah.
And my boy and Art said that too. Is that he wants to see her get more developed and have her more internal conflict so she could grow.
Right.
Basically.
Yeah.
She should be a good. I think if you do those things, she'd be a good character.
So yes, sir. All right. Next up, moving from Star Wars to Star Trek. So they've been mentioned in the Enterprise series of the Temporal Cold War. This whole thing where different factions using time or whatever. That's also been mentioned on Discovery. Would it be interesting to see a series based on the Temporal Cold War.
Yeah, but you got to do
I
that
think
thing
so.
right. You got to do that thing right. You just
Yeah.
you can't have no hand me down actors or no new actors. You got to do that thing right. But I think it would be good.
Yeah, especially since you have a time
Wait,
period now.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Star Trek, I actually met Captain Janeway in real life.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah,
Janeway was awesome, man.
yeah.
I
I
think
saw she was. Oh, she was in Equus about 10 years ago with Daniel Radcliffe. You know where he goes on stage naked. I couldn't meet Daniel
Yeah.
Radcliffe, but I did meet the other two actors. I met Catherine and Richard, and they're really nice people. Like they're
I
really
think
nice.
and I think Janeway I think she was probably the most underrated captain.
She really was.
I think she was. I think she really was. I mean, Cisco was even above her. Above her.
Cisco's a badass, so you
She's a
know.
badass. But yeah. But she's very underrated. Very underrated. I like Janeway. I really did like Janeway.
True. All right, all right. Last up.
Hey, W, you stupid. I hope they. Oh man.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. Like Azra, if they do it, they might mess it up, and let's just hope that they don't, because it's not the actor's fault. It's more so the writers and the producers and the directors' fault, because I've done acting in certain TV shows, and if you don't do it their way, they will snap. Like Spike Lee yelled at me to sit in the front, and I didn't do anything. Like I'm just talking to another like an actor, and they're like, "Oh, I want you to sit in the front." I was like, "Okay, did we do something wrong?" He's like, "No, that's how he is. You guys have a good chemistry, so he wants you in front."
Right.
I was like, "Okay, so just say that."
Right.
So yeah, like he's a good person. It's just that he wants everything, like they want everything like at that moment. If you mess it up, you mess it up, you know. They don't take it highly.
Right.
All right, last up, the last little topic to talk about. What are any good ideas for a good Street Fighter movie?
Don't make it like you did the last one. I mean,
I actually like the Chun-Li movie, man.
Come on, man. Ain't nobody like that Chun-Li movie. Come on,
I keep forgetting Street Fighter, the last one existed.
That's
how bad it was.
That Walmart brand Kenny Ryu sucked. I mean, what? It was a strobe light.
All right, still, like for what it was,
Keanu Reeves. That's funny.
For what it was,
my husband says great value.
Okay.
Keanu Reeves.
Got freaking Zangief making mad jokes. I mean, it's entertaining. Okay, that shit was entertaining.
It was terrible. Okay, but it's up there. That movie was so bad it might put that Dragon Ball movie to shame.
Oh shit!
No, nothing worse.
That's how bad that movie was. That movie was terrible. Oh my goodness, I couldn't stand that movie. I couldn't stand
Dragon Ball.
And I was so hyped up for that movie because you saw who played Chun-Li. I was so hyped up for that movie, and then we got it, and it sucked.
Mm-hmm.
So let's, since we're on the Street Fighter, what did you guys think of? I know they're not the same game, but they're similar games. What do you guys think of the new Mortal Kombat movie that just came out?
Mortal Kombat was good. It was good. I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it.
I mostly enjoyed it.
In my opinion, there's like I enjoyed it if I didn't know the Mortal Kombat lore, but if I knew the Mortal Kombat lore, I probably would have been upset. Like, you know, like a lot of people were upset. I've seen where people are like hating it, and I've seen where people are loving it. So yeah,
I love that movie. That Mortal Kombat movie was so good.
it was a little predictable.
Yeah. But I thought the movie was solid. I thought it was really solid. And I think the next one will be better because when you put Johnny Cage with them, yeah, I think it's gonna be better. I really do. Man, yeah, you're right. Evolution was straight trash. Straight trash. They should be
I don't know.
ashamed of
I don't
themselves to
really
put that
watch
movie
Dragon
out.
Ball Z or Dragon Ball.
Art. I never got why did they even put Cole in the movie? I mean, I didn't get that part. Why did they even introduce him?
More Kombat fans.
Hey, you know,
That's
Not
what I
more
didn't
Kombat
get.
fans. That's why.
they did the same thing with Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, like okay, the movie wasn't bad. The Resident Evil movies aren't bad. They're just not following the story. This is one of the things of why I'm super terrified with Horizon Zero Dawn, the movie.
Yeah.
There is going
Yeah.
to be a movie, and they're looking at Jennifer Lawrence to play Aloy. And no offense, but she cannot hold a bow for if her life depended on it. She keeps bending her elbow wrong like this. Like when you do an arch stand, you gotta draw it out, and then you gotta keep it straight along with the arrow, like
Right.
like this.
Yep.
So
Right.
you know, if your elbow's like this, that means your bow has to be like that. You see how my arms are like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like that. But hers, it's like that, and it's like on her nose. And if she literally shoots, her nose is going to become off.
Yeah. They didn't take real world archery into that. They really didn't. They
Yeah.
really didn't.
And
Yeah.
they should honestly get like a better person to play. Like they need to research the actors, what they're
Mhm.
capable of doing, what they're not. Like I think even Jennifer Lawrence said, like, I can't whistle, I can't sing. I don't know why they forced me to do it. I'm not the best actress for her.
Right.
So they need to honestly look do a little better when it comes to certain stuff like that.
Understood.
Yeah.
I agree too.
Definitely.
I agree. All right. It is 57 minutes, 54 seconds. Let's go ahead and get this puppy wrapped up. First, let me go over to Marina. Marina, is there anything you want to plug or get out there before we get out of here for tonight?
I don't know what you mean by that, but
Advertising.
Like your streaming stuff, like
Like your
people-
stream
oh
and
yeah.
stuff, like your stream and stuff like that.
All right,
Whatever
so
will
yeah,
help.
my Facebook stream name is Magi Mari. I do have a picture of it, so you guys can easily find it. 1 second. Okay. View profile. So it looks like this.
Mhm.
Okay.
For some reason on screen it looks blue, but it's actually purple. But I don't know why.
Yeah, but it's lighting and stuff.
Okay, I don't know what's with the lighting and stuff like that, but it's actually a drawing I drew of myself holding a PS5 controller. I didn't know I was allowed to use a PS5 logo, so I made sure that there was no logos on it.
There you go. That way you can't get in trouble.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm,
Huh?
mhm.
That way you can't get in trouble.
Right. But yeah, no, I play a lot of PS4, PS5 games, and some Animal Crossing, and more also Nintendo games. So yeah, stay tuned. I stream on Saturdays, Sundays, on Tuesdays and Thursdays for 8. Tomorrow I'm going to do a long stream since I missed today's stream. I wasn't really feeling too well due to the fact that I had my second dose of COVID, and that could make me achy. So
Had the vaccine. Right.
Right.
yeah.
Understood.
So I will be doing a long stream tomorrow. I'm actually better than what most people get recovered. So yeah.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you joining us tonight. Thank you so much. We appreciate that.
Yeah, anytime. Invite me whenever you want. If you don't want to invite me, I understand.
Shaw, what you got to get out there and promote, my friend, before we get out of here?
Sure, please join my Facebook page, Justice League Memes of America. We got memes, we got funny pictures. Please join.
Your friendly neighborhood outcast.
Oh, okay. I hope they don't do that. I really hope they don't do that. It'd be a bad thing if they did that. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get on out of here for the night. Real quick, thank you for having us. I appreciate all you guys stopping by on social media. I want to thank Josh. He started out the show producing for us. We appreciate you, Josh. Everybody in the chat, everybody on William Morgan Media, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate that. Everybody being on the Geek Gauntlet page over on Twitter, thank you for being here. Appreciate that. Also, thank you to everybody who's been on the Pinfall Stream page on Facebook. We appreciate you guys as well. And if there is nothing else, we're going to get on out of here tonight. I thank everybody for being here. Have a great week, everyone. Be safe and take care.